Philomene Yang is the president of the United Nations General Assembly for this session, okay? Because each year they elect a new member, a new president. So he is the president for this session, okay? It's every September there's a session for the United Nations General Assembly. And we know that his appointment came as a form of compensation to the Ambazonian people. What we are saying here is the aspect of trying to say, okay, this is what has been going on in the Ambazonian crisis in southern Cameroon, and they are trying to appoint a southern Cameroonian to head that mission. Secondly, the fact that Philomene Yang has been a former prime minister, has been, he has also worked in certain ministries. His appointment came as a CPDM appointment, okay? But the key point we have to understand is that the government of Biya is trying to use this guy to tamp down the war going on in Ambazonia. Because in his opening speech, Philomene Yang said nothing about what is going on in southern Cameroon. The genocide going on there, the killings, the war, every kind of war crime that is going on in southern Cameroon committed by his boss, Paul Biya, who has been in power for more than 40 years. So what is going on is that the Cameroon government does not want to go to negotiation. For the past 8 years that crisis has been, the Cameroon government has rejected any form of negotiation. And all these guys call themselves elites. Those people who are from southern Cameroon origin, they are in Yaoundé there, they call themselves elites. They have been used in one way or the other to tamper down the international pressure on southern Cameroon crisis, on the La Republique government, who have sent their military to occupy the southern Cameroon Ambazonia region. Now, what do we learn from this crisis for the past 8 years? We have learned that the Cameroon government have refused all forms of negotiation. They have refused the Swiss-led negotiation. The Swiss government came to try to mediate the crisis. La Republique abandoned the Swiss-led negotiation. The Canada government also came to act as a mediator for the crisis. La Republique government rejected it and abandoned that process. They said that they are claiming that the Grand National Dialogue that they had in Yaoundé is the one that they will use to fix stuff. Whereas they know that the crisis is not in any way, shape or form ending anytime soon. We just saw the massive response of Ghost Town that the freedom fighters and the restoration fighters and the Ambazonian leaders made. The lockdown is still ongoing as we speak. Okay, it started on the 9th and they said it's going to end on the 17th, on the 16th. Schools will reopen on the 17th. But that's what is going on you see, that's why they said the Southern Cameroon crisis has been the most neglected crisis. The most neglected crisis of all is this crisis. Why? Because the government of Cameroon is doing everything to hide it, okay, to cover what is happening there. And they are trying to make believe. They are trying to make believe to the international community that things are going back to normal. Whereas, look at school reopening. There's no school that's open. I saw a video of Dio trying to beg the people to go and clear their schools and all that. But they know La Republique wanted their schools to reopen in Ambazonia on the 9th. But it cannot open because the people of Ambazonia know what they want. They want freedom. They want to make sure that they have their own country back. They don't want La Republique to tell them what to do. They don't want La Republique to tell them when schools can reopen. They don't want that. That's why self-determination is what they are looking for. They want to determine their own future. A lot of diplomats, a lot of international community people that we have talked to, they prefer to have something like allow the people to decide what they want. You can't force the people against their wish in this very century that we are now. Okay, you can't tell the people that they can't have independence or they can be sovereign, they can't have their own parliament, whereas they already had. That's a controversy that most people do not understand. The people of Southern Cameroon had their independence in 1961. Okay, 1st of October, the Republic of Cameroon had their own independence on the 1st of January 1960. So both countries had their independence separately. Okay, but like any other countries that have had federation or confederation, or if it's not working, they had to separate. It's not about you saying that we must stay together between two countries when you know well and full well that it's not working. The both system are Anglo-Saxon system and the Francophone system. They are all two different systems of governance. Okay, that came together. Arguably, it was a kind of a political gymnastic that happened in 1960 and 1972. But we are not going back there to talk about this history because we are looking forward to negotiation. We are looking forward to have something that can help both countries because the atrocities are ongoing. We are seeing killings on both sides. We are seeing massacre. We are seeing a lot of things happening on the people of Southern Cameroon and Ambazonia. And the international community stays silent. Okay? Now, this former Prime Minister, Philomene, is now the president of the United Nations General Assembly meeting that is ongoing now, as we speak, in New York, in the United States. He is promoting global peace. But in his own hometown, in his own backyard, in his own country, there is no peace. You see, that is a controversy that we tend to criticize the United Nations. You cannot appoint somebody whose own country is at war, who cannot even resolve the conflict in his own hometown, in his own home country. You carry him to go and solve world peace, global peace. This is controversial. Very, very controversial. I mean, because global peace cannot be resolved if you don't know how to solve your own problem. Okay, that is why some of the appointments in the United Nations, sometimes I ask myself, what criteria did you use to appoint people in these United Nations jobs? Do they do proper background check? Do they know these people? Do they think that they can resolve problem, or they just put them because of references that come from certain heads of states and they sit down and make those decisions? Philomene has not spoken anything for the past 8 years since the crisis is happening in his own country, Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. Now, they have made this political gymnastic for him to be appointed in the United Nations. How is he going to help this fight? No. From his first speech, he was talking about global peace, right? I understand he is the president now of a United Nations. He would look at global peace. But first, how do you plan to resolve the crisis in your own home, in your own backyard? That's a question that Philomene should answer, because if you can't answer that, then you have no plan. You start talking about concepts, or you start talking about I'll make plans when I get there. Okay, I'm not yet there. Now, okay, you are the president of the United Nations. Speak out to help your people to come out of this political crisis that has been going on for 8 years. This crisis has been the most neglected crisis in the whole world. That is what most political activists have said, even diplomats have said this. The most neglected crisis in the whole of the world. Philomene should do something else. His position is